All right. People gathered in D.C. and stormed the Capitol. I don't think stormed is a really good way to phrase this. All right. They were let in. They were very well behaved. This is the one thing about the Antifa theory. Okay, there's obviously there are people with hammer and sickle tattoos on site. We know that Antifa was there. Whether or not they were operating as some sort of false flag by instigating group in an organized fashion, I don't know. You know, it's entirely possible. These are anarchists. They want to storm the Capitol for their own reasons. It's not a given that they were there for nefarious purposes. How many of them were there is something I question a lot, because there wasn't enough violence. And I'll just be plain and simple and blunt. If Antifa's involved, shit burns. That's what they do. So I don't know, man. I'm kind of in between on that. But what happened was very peaceful. The media is running around taking pictures of dust on the ground from pepper spray, trying to explain how serious and horrible the damage is and how long the cleanup will take because of these violent extremists. And not a single dumpster fire, man. No businesses burned down. No old black dudes got shot by rioters. No teenage boys got assassinated at the edge of the Chaz. You know, no political demonstrators got assassinated by Antifa in Portland. Like, what is your standard of violence here? What is your standard of awfulness? There's debris from pepper spray on the floor, and you have to vacuum it up. Okay, sure, all right. You know, Facebook and Twitter took down a speech from the president saying, "We must have peace. Go home now. You made your point. Go home." They took that down. Are you buying any of this? Okay, I don't care what side you're on. Are you buying the propaganda? Are you buying this? We have a country that has some issues, and we need to sort out those issues, but that means that the voices need to be heard. And right now, your voice can't be heard. Only the media's voice can be heard. And that's a real big problem with what happened with the Capitol, is that the media's voice is the only one that can be heard. There's no on-the-ground reporting. No one's interviewing the people who went there to say, "Hey, what are you upset about?" No, USA Today is acting like secret police trying to identify people so they can get put in their camps. Okay? And that's exactly what we're talking about. They want mass domestic terrorism convictions and imprisonment camps. You know, you can talk about it all they want. You know, all of a sudden the left, all the reformers, are all over Twitter talking about how much fun it's going to see to watch Nazis get raped in prison. Literally seeing this on Twitter. Because everyone you disagree with is a Nazi. Okay. I'm having a focus issue, aren't I? Where do you go with... What is your response to this? How do you handle this? This is the bigger question right now. We'll get into the history in a moment. But what do you do? What do you do about this? What did you see? What do you know? What do you know about the Capitol protests? You know about Buffalo Man, who is alternately being portrayed as a member of Antifa, a party dude who just is doing party protest, and the evil, horrible, white supremacist Nazi symbol with his plastic buffalo horns. Whatever. Guys, get a grip, right? Pepper spray flakes on the floor. Oh my God. You know, the throwing papers around an office is an act of violence, but burning down a store isn't. nearly killing a man who's trying to put out the fire at his own hardware store during a riot. That's okay. No one gets arrested for that. No one gets arrested for that. Look at Portland. Portland is a shithole. I had to go there last week. I wouldn't even drive all the way into Portland. Doesn't matter what vehicle I'm driving, what stickers I have. I have vehicles with no stickers, but I still have a veteran plate, man, from Nevada. I'm not going to Portland. Do you really want an out-of-state plate that says you're a veteran in Portland? Somebody's just going to smash your headlights. This is the world I live in now. Thank you, guys. Thanks to the media. Think it through, man. Really. Think it through. What did the media say? What actually happened? What's going on in D.C. right now? You talk about the riots. What is not being reported? What is missing from the narrative? What are they refusing to tell you? We're in for a rough ride if we don't get a little control over our information sources. The lockstep propaganda does not allow for freedom of thought, expression, or any area of compromise. It just makes people more and more pissed off and fearful of the other. This is literally programming for pogroms, for ethnic cleansing, for class cleansing, for class warfare. That's what's happening. I want you to be very, very aware that what is happening is being deliberately designed to take you to a bad place. Now, that's the other thing about the Capitol. One of my friends is pissed off that they did it. She's just pissed off that they did it. It was a stupid move, dumb move. She's going to bring the authoritarian hammer down on all of us, and it's horrible. Well, the authoritarian hammer's here, man. All right? It's here. The question is, when do you stand up? What is worth fighting for? When is it worse to sit down on your computer and absorb the feed and say, oh, it's okay, it's C-SPAN. I'll get real, true, all sides information from C-SPAN. No, you won't. Okay? I mean, remember that moderate is so far off to the left right now. Or the right. Depends on which part of the left you're talking to. Stay safe, but stay non-compliant. Next one here, we're going to talk a little bit about history and something super complicated, the Roman Republic.